What apps are good to write your book with? What's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Alyssa J, and we are here with a Writer Tip Wednesday live from my car as I'm on my lunch break from work. For today's Writer Tip Wednesday, I got a question from Courtney about writer apps. What apps are good to write your book with? I will be the first to say I don't know everything about all the different writer apps out there because there are a lot, and I'm also not a huge fan of them. I feel like most of the time when people are looking for some sort of book app, they're trying to find an excuse not to start writing their book, because really all you need is Microsoft Word or Google Doc. The most important thing that you need to get started with your book is just somewhere to put the words. That's the first step. So for that, I always start writing with Google Drive because I have a Chromebook and that's what's available to me. Also, from an editing perspective, because I have done professional editing on a lot of different people's projects, it is so much easier for me to work with a document that has originated in either Google Docs or Microsoft Word than it is trying to get to a document that's been pulled from another program or software or whatever. So personally, my recommendation, don't make excuses that you need an app and stick to the basics with Microsoft Word or Google Doc. However, there are some writing apps that I have used in the past, specifically one that I've used in the past. It's called Dabble Writer. It is a very comprehensive type of app. It stores your stuff in the cloud. So if you feel weird about cloud storage or whatever, you're probably not using Google Drive then either for the docs, but it has spaces for basically every different step of the writing process. It's got outlining modes, it's got a bunch of different things. You can put little notes for yourself in your actual draft. You can segment it into chapters. It looks like a book as you're writing it out, but it doesn't do at least when I was using it, didn't have any function to actually format. That's the thing with a lot of these apps, is when you're writing it, people like it because it looks like a book with the chapter headings and the spacing and the paragraphs. But most of the time when you're ready to upload it into Amazon or Ingram Spark or wherever you are publishing your book, you still have to do different formatting with it. The way it pops up and all of that is not how it's gonna be, because you still have to do changes to the formatting. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan. A lot of people think oh, I've got my book, it's formatted, it looks so beautiful, and there's still a lot of work that needs to be put into it. But Dabble Writer is a really great hub if you're looking for an all-inclusive sort of thing. I have a review video, I'll put it in the cards. That was when Dabble Writer first came out. I don't use them anymore. My writing has changed. I'm doing more graphic novel script type of stuff, and I don't really need it, but I did really enjoy it when I was working on a novel. It's also got a nice work mode where it's it fades everything else out so that you can kind of focus a little bit more on your work. You don't have all of the distracting tabs and those sorts of things if you need help with focusing. That was one of the features I really liked when I was using it. Other writing app that I know is super popular that people have told me they like is Scrivener. I've never used it. It's probably the most well-known writing app, I think, in the writing community. It's been around for a long time and it's got a pretty good reputation, but I've never used it, so I can't really speak on it. So yeah, that's my writer tip regarding apps. The apps really, I know I said this before, are not the most important part of the writing process. And like I said before, a lot of people use needing to get the right app as an excuse to not start their book. So the most important thing you can do for your book is to just get started with the word, because you can't build any momentum if you don't have any words on the paper. So that would be my recommendation for that. Just use the basic stuff that you already have, and you will figure out how to do formatting, or you'll hire a formatter, or you'll figure out your process, especially if this is your first time, as you start going through the process. And the best way to do that is to get started. That's this week's Writer Tip Wednesday. If you like this video, go ahead, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe and do the notification bell. If you have used any writer apps that you really like, or that you think people should really stay away from, go ahead, put it down in the comments so we can all share the wealth of knowledge and learn from each other. And until then, I'll see you next time. Alyssa J, out.